Hi, hello and welcome back to my channel. A very warm welcome if you're new around here. If you are new, I am Lucy. I'm a mum of 4 and I share all sorts on this channel, kind of day in the life stuff, chatty stuff like I'm going to do today, hauls, homey stuff. If that is your bag, I would love to have you along for the ride, so please do subscribe if you're not already. And obviously, if you know me already, hi, welcome back. Thanks for clicking over and coming to say hello today. Today I'm going to be doing the lovely SJ's new baby name tag. I did her baby name tag, well, it must have been like this time last year. Absolutely loved doing it. Always love a good baby name video. I am obsessed with baby names, so much so that I still watch all of SJ's videos, even though I'm having no more babies, have no more plans to name any more babies, but just can't quite get enough of watching baby name videos. So I'm doing her new tag today. I will pop a link underneath in the description to her original video, and I'll also pop a link to my baby name tag of hers that I did last year, because that had kind of different questions to this year's and they were really fun to answer too. If you want to have an idea of what my naming kind of style is before I get stuck into these questions, my 4 children are called Dylan, Aiden, Everly Grace, Ashlyn, Quinn and Wylder Heath. So I feel like I probably do have a slightly less conventional taste in names. I don't feel like any of them are wacky mad, but they're definitely not massively popular names either. But anyway, there are 10 amazing questions to answer and I've had lots of fun researching answers for these. So without further ado, let me get started. What names do you love but are too afraid to use? Now I think I am pretty brave in the baby naming stakes. I've definitely got braver as I kind of went along with my kids, but I kind of think if I love a name, I don't really give a monkeys whether anybody else loves the name, and I'm gonna use it anyway. So it's actually would take quite a lot for it to be a name that I wouldn't be brave enough to use. But I have found two that were on our shortlist from our 4th pregnancy that were ones that I definitely kind of went, oh, I'm not sure I could use these. Now, the boy's name that I love is the name Zeppelin. Such a cool name. I absolutely love it. But I don't feel like I am cool enough to have a Zeppelin. And when I said the name Zeppelin to Rich, the face that he pulled was such a picture. I kind of thought, everybody is just going to be thinking every time I say my kid's name that I'm not cool enough to have a Zeppelin. So I wouldn't use it, even though I think it is super, super cool. And similarly, for similar reasons, the girl's name that I love is the name Bellamy, which is, I guess, it's kind of an unusual kind of surnamey, first namey type name. But I think when I said it to Rich, he said, yeah, but it sounds more like a boy's name. And I get that. So I don't think I would have been brave enough to use it, even though I think Bellamy is a really, really cute girl's name, because I feel like it gives you kind of options as they grow up, because you could be Bells or Bella as a nickname, and that's kind of more girly, and I think that me sound, you could be Mimi, like it's got so many cute nickname options in it and I just really like it. But yeah, I'm not sure I could have been brave enough to use it, even though I think it's ace. The second question is names, favourite names from your family tree. When we were pregnant the very first time, we really considered this name. So my grandmother's maiden name was Ashton, and although it's kind of more popularly known as a boy's name, we were actually considering it for a girl's name when we were pregnant with Dylan. I read a book growing up that had an Ashton in it that was a girl, and she was this real kind of like fiery, actually not particularly nice character, kind of really rebellious, but I just thought it was a really cool name, and I would have really, really liked to have used the name Ashton. And another name that I like from our kind of family tree that we did seriously consider using for Wylder's middle name, and that is the name Bennett, which is actually my maiden name and now one of my middle names. I think I would quite liked it in the front spot as well, to be honest, because I think it's a really nice, you can still be Ben, which is obviously a really conventional short name, but I just like the fact that it would be Bennett rather than Benjamin. I just think it's a really nice name anyway. We didn't end up using it. but they are two names that I definitely like from kind of my ancestry that I would have considered using. Question 3 is, what unpopular names do you think should make a comeback? I really struggled with this. I had to get on my phone, go on Google and find a list of kind of unpopular, old-fashioned names that aren't really used very much anymore. I tend to like stuff that isn't popular anyway, so I kind of looked for like old-fashioned names and I found 2 absolute gems that I've not seen before that I actually really love. So the boy's name that I found on this list was the name Edison, which I think is really cool. Like it's got that whole surname first name thing going for it, which I'm a big fan of. But they give me like Eddie for short, which I think is really cute. I can just totally picture a toddler or a teenager called Eddie, and I think that would be really cute. And I think Edison just sounds like a really kind of preppy name. I just feel like people wouldn't forget you if your name was Edison. And the girl's name that I found, I don't know how I have missed this name because it's totally up my street and is apparently very, very old fashioned, is the name Waverly. Now, as soon as I wrote it down, I have a strange feeling that, is there a TV show about Waverly? Is there a Waverly? I feel like there's a character called Waverly or something. Is it on the Disney Channel? But anyway, I thought Waverly was a really cute girl's name. It's very much in that same name as Everly, which is clearly a name that I'm a fan of. Question 4 is, what names did you love growing up? Growing up, I always named my dolls either Sarah, which is my middle name, or Rachel. I just felt like they were really cool names. When I was a kid, I would have liked to have been called Sarah or Rachel. I easily know in real life, and if I kind of count kind of online people as well, I easily know a dozen Sarahs the same age as me. I don't really know a ton of other Lucys. So I feel like I'm really glad now that I'm called Lucy and not Sarah, but I would have loved to have been called Sarah or Rachel. Like I said, I thought that was a really cool name. But names kind of as I got older that I really thought I was going to give to my kids, I was always really keen on the names Dylan and Lily. Obviously, I did actually go on to use the name Dylan. Rich and I had a conversation about the name Dylan very, very early on in our relationship. So I was very attached to that name right from the get-go. And Lily, I kind of went off, but I think I went off just because I think it's got more popular and I knew a couple of people with Lilies and that kind of put me off of it a little bit, but I still think it's a really pretty name. Question 5 is favourite 1-syllable names and favourite 4-syllable names. I am a fan of a 1-syllable name. I have an Everly Grace, an Ashlyn Quinn and a Wylder Heath. So I've got like Grace, Quinn and Heath in there. I actually for a long time did kind of want Wylder to have a single syllable first name because I think it sounds really nice because he was going to be the last baby. I think it sounds really nice when you roll them all off if you kind of end with a single syllable. I think that's why they also sound really nice in that middle spot. But I love a single syllable names. So aside from the ones that I've already used, favourite single syllable names that I absolutely love for a girl would be Scout. I think that is such a cool and cute girl's name. I definitely would have considered using if Wylder had been a girl. I also liked Wild for a girl. I probably would have used it in the middle spot. So they were definitely both contenders that I possibly would have used for a girl. Boys' names, I had loads. So aside from Heath, I also like Jude, I like Gabe, I liked Cash, I liked Chase. There were lots of boys' single syllable names that I loved. 4-syllable names, on the other hand, I found really tricky. I definitely do not naturally gravitate towards those like longer, wordier type names, but I have managed to find a girl's name and a boy's name that I do love, definitely ones that I would have considered using for one reason or another. So the girl's name that I absolutely love that is 4-syllable is Evangeline. This is definitely one that we considered that I just think is absolutely beautiful. I think it's really classy, but you can obviously turn it into lots of cute, like Evie or Eve or Angie. There's lots of cute little, Lily even. There's lots of cute little nicknames that you can pull out of the name Evangeline. Definitely one we considered, but then obviously when I fell in love with the name Everly, I then couldn't really consider using it because I feel like Everly and Evangeline are a little bit too similar. And the boy's name that I absolutely love, but I never in a million years would have got past Rich, is the name Demetrius. Demetrius I think is such a cool name. And I have a big soft spot for it because when I was studying, I was in a play of A Midsummer Night's Dream, and Demetrius is a character in A Midsummer Night's Dream, and I just think it's a really cool name. Lots of those Shakespearean kind of type names are making a bit of a comeback. I feel like Demetrius needs to, because I feel like it's a really cool name. And I feel like it could be like Demi for sure, or Tris even. I feel like there's definitely some cute little nicknames you could pull out of it, and I think it's a really nice name. Number 6, I love this question, but I really struggled with this question. So it's what name combos, so like sibling name combos, do you know of like either friends or celebrities that give you like the real name envy? And this is really tricky because there are lots of celebrities that I know that have got like, not that I know, I obviously don't know any celebrities. There are lots of celebrities I can think of that have got really cool name combos that I really admire. But it was really hard when I was on the spot trying to think of one. I do have a big soft spot for the Beckham's names. I've talked before about the fact that I loved the name Harper before they had their Harper, and then I couldn't bring myself to have a Harper because they had a Harper. But I think Brooklyn, Romeo, Cruz and Harper are like really cool combo names. But the one I chose in the end is a slightly more unusual one, and it is Bear Grylls of like Surviving Out in the Wild fame. He's got 3 boys and they are called Marmaduke, Huckleberry and Jessie, and I just think they are a really cool combination of names, because I think I would shorten Marmaduke to Duke and Huckleberry to Huck, and you'd have Duke, Huck and Jessie. I just think that's a really cool gang of names, particularly considering I reckon his kids are like really outdoorsy and like earthy and adventurous. I feel like they are good names for Bear Grylls' kids, and I think they're just really cool names generally, so that is who I have chosen. Number 7 is favourite names based on your favourite season. My favourite season hands down is summer. I have no time for any of the other seasons. I could just have it be summer all the time. I'm not a fan of anything other than sunshine. So I chose names that I love. I totally, if I was left to my own devices to name a baby, would have used names like this, but I would have never in a million years got these names past Rich. So I chose Sunshine for a girl because, I mean, nothing says summer more than sunshine. I think it would be really cute in the middle spot. I'm not sure I could bring myself to use it as a first name, but I just think it's the sort of name, if you heard that a kid was called Sunshine, it would just make you smile. It's just a really nice, happy, sunny name. And then I've kind of got 2 boys' names, both of which I'd have never got past Rich. Bay and Beach. I feel like they'd both be really cool names for a boy. Could really picture like a surfery dude type kid with the names Bay or Beach. So they would definitely be favourites of mine. Number 8 is favourite names from a favourite movie. I'm gonna cheat a little bit and I'm gonna choose a favourite TV show, because as soon as I heard this, I thought, actually for me, like, there is a particular TV show that I'm just obsessed with practically all the names, not only of the characters in the show, but of the actors that play the characters in the show. It's just like a whole wealth of amazingly cool names. That programme is Gossip Girl, which is possibly one of my favourite programmes ever. But there are so many names from Gossip Girl that I think are cool. So you've got like the actor names, you've got like Blake, you've got Leighton, you've got Chase Crawford, you've got Penn Badgley, like they are Penn, Chase, Leighton, Blake, they are all really cool names. And then there's the character names as well. So there's Nate, Blair, Serena, Chuck, Rufus. I feel like there was a real like wealth of amazing names in that programme. Names that I think have really kind of become more popular since that programme. So I feel like it's had quite an impact on the kind of naming world, but it had to be Gossip Girl for me. Like, so many cool names in that programme. Number 9, this one was tricky. Names connected with a favourite food. I really struggled with this one because my first instinct when I think of favourite food is Mexican food, and I just was like, enchilada, fajita. I mean, they're not catchy names, are they? But then I thought, actually, something else that I absolutely love is fruit, and there are a wealth of really cool fruity names. So I did have a bit of a dig through and I picked out my favourites. I love the name Apple. I think it's really, really cute. I actually know a little girl now called Apple, and I think it's a really adorable name. I also like the name Quince, which I think is like a really, I could imagine like a really bright and kind of geeky little boy called Quince. I think it's really, really cute. But I also have to put some love in there for Peaches and Clementine, both names that I also think are adorable. And when I was searching for fruit baby names, turns out Hudson is a type of pear. So Hudson is also a fruit name, and Hudson is a name I love too. So yeah, I kind of cheated and went with several there, didn't I? But yeah, I went for like fruity names. And number 10, a name associated with your hometown. If you don't already know, I live in good old Essex. But yeah, I had a really tough time trying to think of names to do with my hometown, and then I remembered that one of our most famous and very well loved exports, The Prodigy, obviously we lost the lead singer from The Prodigy this year, Keith Flint, and it was a really big thing kind of locally. It was like Essex boy did good and all that. But I have said this before, I think I might have said this in the name tag video that I did last year. I think Flint is a really cool name, and it is one that we considered when we were pregnant with Wylder. I really liked the name Flynn, but I felt it was too similar to Quinn. But I felt like Flint was a really nice twist on Flynn, and I think it's quite edgy because Flint is a kind of stone. It was used to make axes. I think that's quite cool in itself. Obviously, it has, for me, the Keith Flint connection as well, which is a pretty cool connection to have. So that is what I'm going for as a name kind of connected with my home area, and that is the name Flint. So I definitely feel like I have rattled on about baby names for long enough now. I always love doing these baby name videos, and you guys seem to like watching them as well. So do let me know if you'd like me to do some more baby name videos in the future. I have got a massive list of both girls' names and boys' names that I have considered over the years, and as I'm not going to be having any more babies, I'm quite happy to impart them to somebody else to use. So if you would like to see some more baby name videos from me, do let me know and I will try and get some of those made. But I am going to leave it there for today. I hope you have a lovely day, whatever you're doing. Thanks for stopping by and spending a little bit of time with me, and I will see you again really soon for another video. Bye!